Tim Walz. You know what? I probably trust him more than Kamala, and I don't trust Kamala at all. This man got some allegations floating around his name. It's a little. It's not even a little. It's all those sound effects you just heard. That's what it is. So we gonna dive in with Ian Carroll on the update on the Tim Walz allegations. He says either someone is super committed to the bit, but there's actually something behind these allegations. Either way, we'll find out in the next couple of days.
So you know the rumors of Tim Walz going hawk twa on one of his students that's been floating around the internet the last couple of days? Well, there's been a bunch of debunking happening on that claim. And then today there was a serious twist in the story that just developed. So we're about to speed run the claims, the debunks, and then the twist. In the interest of not being a total tease, the twist looks like this. So I'll fill you in just a second. So the claims are a series of leaks being brought out by this Twitter account, allegedly in contact with an email account whistleblower who was 14 when Tim Walz did a lot of stuff when he was their teacher. Relationship developed over a couple of years there, all sorts of allegations. But conservative Twitter has been admirably restrained and thoughtful and cautious about any salacious claims, and everyone was just straight fact checking first, and they found a lot of problems and inconsistencies. Lots of accounts have been digging into this stuff, but this one did some great forensic analysis, and if they're telling the truth about their credentials, pretty solid credentials, knows more than most of us, pointing out things like inconsistencies in email formatting, comma in the last one, no comma in this one, people noticing all this weird inconsistent margin stuff going on there. There is a number of inconsistencies, and people basically are like, nah, these are fake. This doesn't check out. This is not real. And for now, probably safe to assume it's not real. But yesterday, I messaged this Black Patriot account that was breaking all these leaks to just be like, what's going on here, bro? What is this all about? Because, if you've got a source, can I have it?
Right.
And Black Patriot, dude, his account got nuked. People are discrediting him left and right. His credibility is fucking tanked. He's apparently in Twitter jail for 3 days right now, so he can't even post if he wanted to, allegedly. But he said, yeah, the whistleblower is down to talk to you on the phone. And today, I had a 40-minute phone call with what sounded an awful lot like a genuine whistleblower. This is the phone call. There was no weird, breaks in character. There was no weird, the vibe very, and I can be fooled. I'm no ultimate judge of character. I'm not perfect. I'm also not some professional journalist or anything, but my judgment of what I heard,
I'm going to tell you, dog, you doing your thing as a journalist. I don't know if you ever see this, man, but your reporting is next level, dog. And I really appreciate what you contribute.
I'm no ultimate judge of character. I'm not perfect. I'm also not some professional journalist or anything, but my judgment of what I heard and what I asked and what was said to me, it sounded like it was a real story, and the details seemed to line up not only with what else had been said, but also with what I could corroborate about where Tim Walz was at that time and what he was doing at that time, and who knows. And so basically, here's where we're at. Whistleblower is seeking a legal course of action. Not going to say more about that. But allegedly told me that they are not seeking any kind of payout, that they're seeking only reimbursement for court fees, and basically peace of mind to not have to see Tim Walz on screen in the White House for 4 years. And whistleblower knows of several other people that experienced the same or similar types of abuse. Whistleblower said,
it's bad too. And I'm not supporting anybody, any wrongdoings to anybody, anything like that. But for him to say, hey, I moved past this, I don't want no compensation. And we know that they got that FEMA money over there. But yeah, I don't want no compensation. I just don't want this guy to be able to make it in the office and to be able to terrorize me, trigger me mentally and all these different things. And on top of that, I can just go on with my life. Yeah, that's a very interesting, move right there.
Those of several other people that experienced the same or similar types of abuse. Whistleblower says they have lots of proof. Allegedly, there is a cache of journals and archive, letters, just documents from the time that help corroborate the story.
Mm-hmm.
And they're allegedly stashed where multiple of these people have access to them. And allegedly, they feel comfortable sending photos of some of those documents that won't give away their identity yet, but will at least help to corroborate the story, allegedly. Allegedly, there's also more actions being taken behind the scenes that I'm not going to talk about right now. All I'm going to say is that it could all be fake. There's no proof of anything yet, and you should treat it as such. Unconfirmed, uncorroborated internet claims. But there might be something there. And if there is, we want to help protect that individual. We want to help support the leak of that information. And we are doing steps behind the scenes to do that. There's already a somewhat decentralized network of powerful journalists and other protective actors in play, if this does pan out to be true. And if those photos and evidence and stuff starts to come out in the next couple days here, we'll let you all know. And if it's all a big lie and all a big hoax, that's cool too. We all learned something. Props to all of the the people that pumped the brakes and didn't just run away with a story that was unconfirmed. Props to, we're learning things. We're learning how the decentralized media does the decentralized thing. And I might be nuking my platform by kind of, going out on a limb here, but I'm not a pro. I'm just a dude that talked on the phone for 40 minutes with someone who I don't know, who sure sounded like they didn't have to be thinking from a script or, didn't sound memorized.
Come on.
Had a very complex conversation. Sounded like someone who was kind of nervous as fuck and trying to tell a story. We'll see how it pans out. But if we're being honest, I think the story is kind of interesting because, no one's really that surprised. Look at the dude. Just look at him.
Hey.
Right? If you don't know the story about that DUI he got and where it was and how he later moved to a different place out is, it's oh boy, Timmy boy, you got skeletons in that closet. And a long history of lying about just about everything under the sun. And some mighty talented jazz hands up there. I'm just saying, bro. So anyways, I'm safe. What I know is already decentralized. I'm trying to help. If Homeboy is a real person, I'm trying to keep Whistleblower Boy as safe as they possibly can be. And we'll see what happens. Stay tuned.
Tim Walz, my guy, you got some explaining to do. Now, when you put yourself in a position like this is when, your life get dug up. Everybody's looking in your past. They're putting a magnifying glass on every single move that you make. But Tim Walz, he's known to be a liar. I'm sorry. He's quite literally known to be a liar. Somebody who lies about everything and then also tries to brush it off I was kind of having this moment, whatever. I was being a knucklehead, as he would put it. Yeah, and we can't have no knucklehead running the White House. I'm sorry, that's just not cool, Mr. Tim. In addition to that, the DUI story is pretty odd because, in the mid-90s, in the Midwest at least, you can drive mildly drunk and nobody cared. Now, I'm not saying it's okay or appropriate. I'm just keeping it real. And but he was driving 90 plus, he's probably going 100 miles and probably trying to act all cool. How he try to be all like he hip, try to do the Kamala la 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 thing, but then he got busted. But even then, I don't think nobody even cared. But it's very strange that he got kicked out of his extracurricular activities and his coaching gig for a DUI. We'll say that now, unless, repeat offender type stuff. Let's read a few comments. Bro, if the whistleblower is legit, I would be inclined to believe it. Tim Walz is no good. Yeah, Tim's behavior has given just about everyone suspicious vibes who has been paying attention. Thanks for the update. Somebody says decentralized media isn't going to be perfect, but like you said, the restraint shown after things weren't adding up is showing that people are learning to think for themselves and dig a little deeper. Yeah, we're definitely in an era of information for sure. This is the reason why Hollywood is the whole idea of Hollywood and what's going on in the White House and all of that is coming to a fall, man. This year, where everybody's wising up and going, you know what? I'm not about to sit here and just hear you talk and tell me what to believe. I'm actually gonna put some effort and thought into my future this time. Because, bruh, Trump was in all, I wasn't going to do that. Now, anyhow, let's read a few more. It says, Have they not vetted him enough to know this was a possibility or coming out though? They've got the NSA and the CIA on their side. They had to have known about this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would know, but you know what they're gonna do, take off for their own. They say, why waste time on this when there are people in NC who tell you they haven't eaten for 2 weeks because of Harris? I know that's right. You know what? I know that's right. And we're gonna stop the video right here because I know that's right.